Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again. If you're watching my last vlog, that was actually this morning. I went up to Walla Crag, as you'll probably remember, and conditions deteriorated. I had considered going up to Skiddaw as well. However, the conditions kind of sucked in so quickly that it would just have been impossible to go up to Skiddaw at that time. So I decided to quit that idea and come back here. And then I made a decision that if the conditions improved, I would go up to Walla Crag later this afternoon. Well, the conditions have improved very, very slightly, but enough that I can probably get up to Walla Crag this afternoon. So I'm going to do that. And I also think there's a stone circle up there at Castle Rig, which is not far from Walla Crag. So I think I'm going to try and fit in the two in this vlog. If you're driving south from Keswick along the B5289 heading towards Borrowdale and the Borrowdale Valley, then there's a little spot called Calf Close Bay, and there's a woodland walk up from the main road just there where you can get up to Walla Crag from there. However, if you're catching the bus, you catch the 78 Borrowdale bus from Keswick, and the bus stops at Calf Close Bay, as I mentioned. As you get off the bus, there is no pavement between you and the wall. However, there's a gap in the wall, and as you step through that gap, you get straight onto the footpath, which now leads up to Walla Crag. At the moment, I'm still in the woodland, on the woodland path, and in a few minutes' time, I'll eventually get to the Walla Crag trail, and I'll follow that round right to the top of Walla Crag itself. I think the views from here are going to be pretty spectacular as well, so I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm glad that I decided to come out this afternoon after all the rain at lunchtime. So here goes. Well, I had to stop a little way back there, firstly to catch my breath, secondly to top up my water a little bit, thirdly to take off the waterproof because it was just too hot in that thing. I didn't need it anyway. But mainly just really to catch my breath. First 1.2 kilometers of this walk were absolutely amazing. Probably the most incredible, insidious, arduous climb I've ever had to make, but absolutely incredible, and I'm so proud that I've managed it to get this far. There's a little way to go yet until I get to the top of where I want to be, but the views over behind you are incredible. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to turn you round and see if you can make out what's going on over there behind me. But some great lights over on the mountains themselves, over on the other side of Derwent Water. So hopefully by the time we get to the top, I'll be able to get some decent shots of that over there. I may even stop it just a little way up here and try and get a shot here. We'll see. So for now, I'm going to keep moving on and see if I can get to the top of Walla Crag. And by the way, I've no idea how I'm going to get down just yet. I did mention earlier that there's a stone circle up at Castle Rig, and I think I also discovered that there's a bus route from Castle Rig somewhere, so hopefully I'll be able to get a bus back from there, and that would be a lot easier for me rather than trying to trek all the way back down where I've just come from. Anyway, I'm going to move on and see if I can find a shot. So I had to stop here. That's Skiddaw behind me, and Walla Crag on the very end here. Obviously I was up at Walla Crag this morning. The intention was to head up to Skiddaw after I'd been to Walla Crag, but of course the rain came in and that didn't happen, and that was on my previous vlog, so if you've seen that you'll know what I'm talking about. But then obviously this afternoon the rain's cleared a little bit and I've managed to get out, and now I'm up here having done the Walla Crag walk as well now. I didn't expect to have been doing two vlogs on the same day, but that's how it's worked out. So hopefully you've enjoyed these two vlogs so far. I'm going to keep walking now. I'm not all that far from a little village called Rakefoot, and from there I know I can get the bus back to Keswick. It's not all that far to walk if I wanted to, but I just can't be bothered now. All I want to do now is get home and rest, to be quite honest with you. But it's been a really, really good day. So I'll see if there's any more images before I go down, and then I'll say goodbye to you at the end. Is that a picture postcard view or what? There's a little gate down here just as you go down the path, and then you've got the gate, some fields behind it and skidder behind that. Absolutely amazing picture. Obviously it's one of those that I had to stop and capture. It's a handheld image again. All of these have been handheld today. There hasn't really been anywhere at all that I could get the tripod out and get that up and take a photo with the tripod anyway. Even when I went up at Walla Crag this morning, I couldn't really get the tripod out. The wind there was too much to even consider that. So handheld has been the order of the day today, which is quite interesting. But I've really enjoyed it so far. I think I'm going to leave it here for the vlog, and I hope you've enjoyed coming with me up over Walla Crag and seeing some of the images that I've got from here. I think they're beautiful. The scenery has been absolutely amazing. And if you have enjoyed the vlog, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and also please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I look forward to seeing you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.